up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back.
All right, welcome in. We are in the Super Bowl against the Kansas City Smoke, and don't know much about them other than the fact that they led the league in scoring, so let's take a look at their roster.
Roster breakdown.
At quarterback, they have Connor Gillespie, but it looks like he might be hurt, so perhaps we will see Colby Killingworth. He's on fire. Their halfback is Deshaun Peterson. They also have Robert Haynes out of Georgia as a backup, very capable. Fullback is Mike Carney with 10 years of experience, so there's a real player who snuck in. Wide receiver R.J. Alford, the rookie who went crazy this year. Hosey Gee, Ray Watts, DeMar McGriff. I think he used to play for the Banthas. Let's take a look. He did. And now in his first season with the Smoke, he's got 401 yards. Deontay Green and Charleston Talbot. Tight end is Jerron Monroe. He's an 81 overall. And the offensive line looks like this. Left tackle Brandon Simeon, and he's 88 overall. Left guard Kendall Hill, a 92 overall. Center is Paul George, 84 overall, second-year man out of Oklahoma. He was drafted in the second round. And he's pretty good. Right guard, Trevor Page. He's an 88 overall, though he is injured. So the backup is Evan Coulter. Right tackle is Areem Rucker, 89 overall. On the defensive line, we've got A.J. Crosby, your defensive player of the year. He had so many sacks. So he had 15 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and he is a rookie out of TCU, drafted in the third round. So A.J. Crosby going to the Super Bowl in his first year. He's already well decorated. Right in, Demarius Spencer is a 90 overall. And in the middle, you've got Courtney Carlson. He's a 90, but he's injured. Second-year man out of Michigan State. He was drafted in the third round. So backing him up is Ilyas Bledsoe and Jacob Blanco, another second-year man, this one out of Mississippi State, and Cordero Kincaid, so a strong defensive tackle group. Left outside linebacker is Eldrin Randolph, he's a 91. Middle linebacker Steven Golson is a 90. And your right outside linebacker is Marquiste Rucker, he's an 86 overall. In the secondary, you've got Josh Rutledge, another rookie, 86 overall. What a draft these guys had. This was the second pick overall, and he's very good. Probably weren't expecting their left end to be as good as he was. Paul Jackson's an 82 in his second year. J.D. Tyrell's an 81. Then you've got Kobe Luther and James Mosby. So really solid GM for this team. Free safety is Daniel Harwell out of Oklahoma, and the strong safety is Joe Kilgore out of NC State. Their kicker is Cooper Marzion, he's a 92. And their punter, hopefully we see a lot of them, Cameron Piero, 88 overall. And that is the roster for the Kansas City Smoke. All right, let's see who's hurt heading into the Super Bowl. For us, I guess we lost Bubba Hurst to a broken jaw, but we did get Morgan Montoya and Ron Lewis back, so I think we'll survive that one. And for the Smoke, they're missing quite a few guys. Quayshawn Willis, the free safety, Scotty Shepard, the right guard. Their starting quarterback has a dislocated hip. That's Connor Gillespie. So they'll be playing the Super Bowl with a backup. Trevor Page, their right guard, and Courtney Carlson, their defensive tackle. And that is your injury report. All right, welcome into Super Bowl 49 in Tampa, Florida, the site of the Taylor Swift concert that I took my daughters to a couple of years ago. And there's Ahmad Mark, the rookie quarterback, getting off of the bus. A totally unrelated Super Bowl fact for the Kansas City Smoke.
Sit back and enjoy as we bring you one of the greatest sporting spectacles on earth. The Super Bowl is underway.
Here come the Kansas City Smoke out onto the field. Highest scoring team in the league this year. And they had quite the draft where they had Josh Rutledge, number 2 overall at corner. Their second rounder, or I believe was their wide receiver, who won all the rookie wide receiver awards, R.J. Alford. And their third rounder was a left end who was Defensive Player of the Year. So you can see why they're in the Super Bowl here as we celebrate war and violence in the spectacle of the Super Bowl. All right, Andy Gary will get this one kicked off, and that'll go out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here we see Colby Killingworth, the backup quarterback, and he's going to hand to Deshaun Peterson, who bumps into Ronald Taylor, and Ronald Taylor gets him down for a 1-yard gain. Killingworth hands to Peterson again, and this time Preston Mahan gets him, so it'll be 3rd and 2. Man in motion, and Killingworth with the play fake. He's under pressure. He fumbles. That's Jamel Walker on the hit. Preston Mahan scoops and scores. So just like that, the Batavia Colliders go up 7-0 on a defensive score. And that will hopefully set the tone. Looks like the person painting the end zone forgot to finish the E on smoke. All right, so just like that, Colliders go up 7-0 with a defensive score. Kansas City Smoke will try to rebound from that and put together a drive here. Fake to Peterson, and Killingworth throws that one into the ground. So 2nd and 10 here in Tampa, Florida. Here's a handoff to Peterson, and he gets decked by Elisha Wright, but picks up 4 yards in the process. 3rd and 6. And Killingworth, with time, gets it to DeMar McGriff, the former Bantha. He catches it, but he does not have enough for the first down, and they will be punting it away. And downtown Phil Brown gets under this one and picks up a few on the return. Phil Brown playing in his last game, as he's an F potential running back, so he should certainly regress about 30 points, 25 to 30 points this offseason. A nice start for Brian Harris. Good to have him back. Mark throws this one to McNair. And now it's 2nd and 1. Fake to Harris. Here comes the pressure. Gets it out, and it is too long for Ron Lewis. So Ahmad Mark does really struggle with that medium and long accuracy. Hopefully he will show some significant progress in the offseason and really need to improve those areas. Harris gets outside and gets around the linebacker, bounces off a man, and he's got nearly a first down, 2nd and inches. Mark with a short drop, and he's going to run for it. And a nice play as the center of the field opened up. Ahmad Mark just ran for it, 11 yards. Now he's dropping back to pass, and he's wild again. That was on the corner route, missing badly. So they'll go back to Brian Harris, but he's got nowhere to go this time, and it's 3rd and 10. Mark dropping back, and he's got Morgan Montoya all the way down to the goal line. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter, where the Colliders jump out to a 7-0 lead thanks to a defensive touchdown, and they're knocking on the door for some more. Pitch goes to Harris. He cuts it back inside, but can't find a running lane, so he loses 2 on that one. And Mark back to throw, and he tries for Montoya, covered well by Josh Rutledge. So throwing again, that one's almost intercepted, but they'll get a lucky flag defensive pass interference on the linebacker, Steven Golson. So now it'll be 1st and goal back to the 1. And Brian Harris powers his way into the end zone for a touchdown, and the Colliders are up 14-0 in the Super Bowl. Brian Harris with a nice start to this game. 5 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown as we see the pirate ship. Killingworth will try to get them back in this game, and he's going to loft this one up. Mahan gets his hands on it but can't bring it in. So 2nd and 10. Killingworth hands off to Peterson. He's got a lot of running room this time before he's finally tackled. And it looks like one of their linemen is hurt. So 1st and 10. Killingworth out to DeMar McGriff in the flat. Gets 5 yards there. 2nd and 5. And that'll go to Deshaun Peterson, who gets it all the way to 3rd and 1. And Alford in motion. Killingworth will try to pass, but he is sacked by Alexander Williams, and they will have to punt. A great play by the big defensive tackle in the middle. The best player on the team at a 97 overall, and the best defensive tackle in the league at 97 overall. So Colliders with 3.5 minutes to try to add to this lead before they go into the half. They'll hand it to Harris. He's got a little bit of running room. That looked like a horse collar tackle, but no call. I don't think they had that rule back then. Harris with room again, and he's got a 1st down. Now has 7 carries for 36 yards. So they'll keep going back to him because he's been effective. He picks up 4 on that one. 2-minute warning. They go to Harris again, and Harris follows his blockers for another 1st down. So Brian Harris feeling it here in the playoffs. A fake now to Harris, and that was Morgan Montoya with a step, but again, that accuracy is just god-awful. This time he goes to Brandon McNair, and they've got the ball at the 25, or the 24 actually. So a handoff to Harris, does not read that one well and loses a yard. Mark to throw for it, and that's intercepted. Somehow Washington, the safety, stepped in front of the running back. Didn't even look like he had position, and that's a pick 6. So instead of going up 21-0, it's now going to be 14-7, or even 17-0 would have been fine. So 14-7 on the pick 6. Ahmad Mark showing all aspects of being a rookie. He's had his struggles with interceptions this year. That one didn't look like it was a horrible read. It just was a bad throw. And now Phil Brown gets dragged back to the 15. They have 52 seconds. Mark is trying to throw for it again. And he's got Morgan Montoya. And that's going to get them near midfield. 44 seconds left. And again, he had Ron Lewis, and he missed him by about 15 yards. So that time to Montoya on the slant. He was accurate there. 29 seconds left. Mark to throw. This time he's got A.J. Muse, and now they're in field goal range. So they'll call a timeout. Protect the ball so you can add to this lead. Going long, and that's way too long. I do not understand why Ahmad Mark can't even come close to completing a deep pass or even a medium pass. Mark under pressure, and that one's going to be intercepted by the rookie, Josh Rutledge. Get him, get him, get him. Oh, no. Okay. So another scoring opportunity squandered by Ahmad Mark. And that's really going to come back to haunt them if they somehow come back in this game. 5 seconds left, and Colby Killingworth will try to throw it as far as he can. Ball is up. Looks like Wright is there. Well, he was, and then he did something weird. But that's halftime. It could have been 21-0. It could have even been 17-7. But instead, it's 14-7. The Colliders will get the ball to start the second half, so if they want to win this game, then it's very important that they go down and score some points on this opening drive. Nice return by downtown Phil Brown, and that's a good start. Now can they do something with it? Here's a handoff to Broussard, the fullback, and he goes nowhere. So a fake to Harris, and there's another terrible throw by Ahmad Mark. So 3rd and 10, and he has a man, but he overthrows him. Brandon McNair can't catch up to it. I don't know. I might have to take this quarterback out of the game, but Josiah Reed isn't that much better. Or isn't better at all, actually. He threw 19 touchdowns when he had a chance to start. All right, Killingworth breaks the tackle is Deshaun Peterson. He just destroys Ronald Taylor and then goes for 24 yards. Well, that's unfortunate. That has all the, that's the hallmark of we're going to just go down the field and score an 85-yard touchdown if we're stomping heads like that. And this one's out to DeMar McGriff. So we've got a 3rd down conversion. We got to stop him here. I think if we don't, they're going to go all the way. And McGriff, of course, yeah, they had him stopped. And McGriff is breaking tackles, spinning around, so I promise you they will score a touchdown on this play. Well, this drive anyway. Deshaun Peterson is stopped. Okay, let's get another stop. They'll go back to Peterson, and he is stopped again. There we go. So 3rd and 6. This time they need to get off the field. For real, you guys. Killingworth back to throw, and there's DeMar McGriff, who splits like 5 defenders somehow. And all of Killingworth's passing yards are to DeMar McGriff. And here's a screen pass to Peterson, and that sets up really nicely. And now they're down to the 15-yard line. Oh, and Centennial Cheeseborough's hurt. Great. You love to see it. All right, Peterson breaking tackles. All right. Calm down with all the broken tackles. Cheeseborough with an abdominal strain. And here's a pitch to Peterson. Of course, no one is there. Touchdown, and they're going to tie it up. I might have said this in a previous video when we've gone against Deshaun Peterson. I might have said Adrian Peterson more like. So he's got 10 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown. It's really tough breaking tackles like that. Brown is going to field this one inside the 5. Brings it out past the 20 to the 21. Can the Colliders get an offensive drive going? They haven't had one since the first half. They had a nice offensive drive after they took the lead on the defensive touchdown, going down and scoring. Then they had 2 more nice offensive drives that ended in interceptions while they were in scoring range. So that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Colliders have relinquished their 14-0 lead. And we head into the final frame, tied up 14 apiece. 2nd and 9 for Ahmad Mark, who's been struggling here in this one, but he's got A.J. Muse on the slant. One of the few routes he seems to be able to complete. Lewis in motion. And they'll hand to Harris, and no blocking happened on the left side, so Spencer gets in and drops him for a loss. Fake this time, and that is sailed, intended for Montoya. 3rd and 12. Ball's out and cannot get it over the defender, who comes flying in out of nowhere with his arm up. And they've got Montoya, and he's going to miss him by 10 yards. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Ahmad Mark struggling in the Super Bowl. And there's Deshaun Peterson just bouncing off of people. No one decided to tackle him. So 2nd and 1. Killingworth back to pass. He has all freaking day to throw. And this one goes up, and Mahan misses, and that is caught by R.J. Alford. They're going to say he was in bounds, and the game would not let me challenge it. So the option just didn't even show up. So here's Peterson, and he's got the ball down to the 6. And they'll hand to him again. There will be no blocking as he lowers his shoulder. And that's a touchdown. The Kansas City Smoke have come all the way back from 14-0 to take a 21-14 lead with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. This has all the markings of the Super Bowl 47 that the Colliders lost, where it's a close game. They were in it. They had a chance to go ahead. They threw a late game pick 6. That was Greg McLean. In this one, they started out like gangbusters. Then 2 interceptions happened, taking points off the board. Now they can't run the ball either, so here's Morgan Montoya breaking some tackles, and he's got it at 3rd and 1. Mark will run for it. Looks like he's got the first down, but home cooking, they're going to measure for it. They did give it to him. Half of me thought that they were just going to deny him that obvious first down. A dump off to Lewis, and now they're close to midfield. All right, they've got to protect the ball. They're moving it now, and oh, that is a great play by the defender. Brandon McNair was open, lofted over the top, and there's another batted ball. So suddenly it's 3rd and 10 for Ahmad Mark and his inaccurate self, and he throws that one into a crowd. So here's the game, folks. 4th and 10, Mark to throw. He gets hit as he throws, and that's intercepted for the 2nd time by Josh Rutledge. And Rutledge has another nice return. And the Colliders have 3 timeouts. They need to stop him here. And they're not going to do it. First down. And that's really going to end the game. So Deshaun Peterson, they know he's going to run. He's running for yards anyway. They call timeout. 1 left. He stopped there for a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 4. They got to stop him one more time and then hope for a miracle. Hope the field goal is blocked. Oh, nice play by Elisha Wright. He does stop him. But 28 seconds left. Field goal is up and away. And it's just barely over the crossbar. So the Kansas City Smoke have pretty much wrapped this one up. Mark is going to stand there and get sacked. And with 9 seconds left, down 10 points, Mark at the 1 gets sacked again, and that'll be the game. Another disappointing Super Bowl for the Colliders, who are now 0-2.
It's over. The ultimate NFL victory is all theirs. They are Super Bowl champions. What an incredible effort to cap an incredible season. All year long, they believed in themselves, and each victory not only defied doubters, it exhilarated their fans, and now no one can question their success as they've risen all the way to the top to be the bearers of the Lombardi Trophy. Pop the champagne and ready the parade. This team is going home as the cream of the entire NFL crop, standing tall as number 1. What a moment for every single one of these men who have dreamed from the very first time they put on a helmet what it would be like to live this moment. The sound of the final whistle, a declaration of victory, while fireworks bellow high in the night sky around them. This moment, witnessed by the world, when they can truly call themselves Super Bowl champions. This game's big plays and magical moments are now part of NFL lore, to be replayed over and over again. A highlight reel of charged memories that show that this team was capable of taking hold of this moment, capable of becoming historic. And on the other sideline, the creep of doubt and second guessing brought on by heartbreak, that they came within one win of immortality, only to see the stars had written a different script, one in which their daydreams of victory were dashed. What a feeling for these players, an ongoing sense of accomplishment they'll carry with them their entire lives, and a victory this community can forever cherish. It's a win that has eluded so many superstars who have tried, and these men now know it is a gift to rise to the top, to exist even for a second at such a rare height. A bond has been formed that can never be broken, and the spoils are immeasurable.
Well, Ahmad Marks sucked with 3 interceptions and a 14.8 rating. Brian Harris was okay until they shut him down in the second half. We really have to address the quarterback on this team. We have a defense that is dominating. We have a defense that's keeping us in games, giving us more wins than we have any right to. But we cannot solve this quarterback position. One of the problems, of course, is that we're drafting low in the first round every year. And to be honest, there's only been a couple of draft classes that have had good quarterbacks. The 2012 draft class had a handful of great quarterbacks. And this upcoming one should have a great quarterback in Kyle Bray from Texas. But he's likely to go first overall to the Revolution. So we'll just have to face him. All right. Subscribe so you can see if we can break this curse. Peace.